really big veteran names are setting to hit free agency this year. Welcome back, everybody, to a Young Review in Sports. My name is James Irvin, and we got two really big names setting to hit free agency or cut or released or what. Richard Sherman, 32, and Von Miller. Both were hurt this year. Sherman played a little bit this year, but not as much as Von Miller, because Von Miller tore his Achilles beginning of the year, and I think that really hurt Denver. But now they're looking to get rid of him. So let's talk about Richard Sherman first. 61 tackles and 3 interceptions in 2019. I'm not going to count 2020, although he did have a pick this year because he was just pretty much hurt the entire year. Okay. So, and a report comes out, Richard Sherman has said it's been made pretty clear, I am not returning to San Francisco. So now, what teams could use Richard Sherman to help out the back end of their secondary? Because he's a good player. You don't target Richard Sherman. That's why his interception numbers are so little. You don't target him. Okay? He's one of the least targeted corners. Alright, he gets burned every couple of a while because he's not, as fast as he used to be. But he is still a really good corner. He can bring a veteran presence, and he can really help out your secondary. Because, again, you do not want to throw Richard Sherman's way. So, Cardinals. They need a corner badly. Patrick Peterson has shown major regression, and I think it's pretty clear he's gone. Byron Murphy is a really good player for the Cardinals, though, and just Richard Sherman being back there, be a secondary guy, yeah, they can be really good. Green Bay Packers. We saw how Kevin King got burnt, and Chan Sullivan is the next best option after him. So it's really not good. Jerry Alexander, shut down corner. You get rid of him, you get him, Richard Sherman. Who are you going to throw to? You don't want to throw Jair's way. You definitely do not want to throw Richard Sherman's way. So I think Green Bay, go out and get him, be a real team, be really solid, you don't want another incident like the NFC Championship happening where Kevin King was just getting burnt. The defense, especially the secondary, man. Green Bay just does not have another corner, so it'd be really helpful if Richard Sherman was back there helping out Jair Alexander. The Texans are in need of a lot. I think Richard Sherman probably want to go to a team that's ready to win now, but the Texans need something back there in the secondary. They need something really everywhere in that defense. Justin Reed is really good. And then they also had J.J. Watt, and that didn't work out. So secondary-wise, Texans really need some help. If they just want to be competitive next year. Right now, it's looking like they're going 3-13, 2-14. They're looking bad next year, especially if Deshaun Watson sits out. But, maybe try and convince him to, hey, keep playing with us by go getting Richard Sherman. The Jets, Robert Saleh played. Richard Sherman played with Robert Saleh, new head coach of the Jets. The Jets could definitely make the playoffs next year. I've talked about this in my video. Definitely go watch that. I said they could make the playoffs next year because Zach Wilson could be really good. Building up a really good defense, a good offensive line. Go get them some weapons. I mean, yeah, the Jets could 100% make the playoffs next year. They don't even need to make the playoffs. Just be like 9-7, 10-6. I think Richard Sherman could be a huge part of that because the defense wasn't that good. I really like Marcus May back there in the secondary. So I think you had Richard Sherman, who has connection to Robert Saleh. I think that's just a really good fit. Richard Sherman to the Jets, I like it a lot. And then the Carolina Panthers. Their defense was also bad, but like I said, they're the worst team I saw. They were really good, but they just were losing close games. You get the quarterback right, which you can, and you got to help out that defense a little bit, because that defense also was it just wasn't very good. So Richard Sherman to the Panthers helped bring a veteran presence to a really young defense. Remember last year, all 7 other draft picks Carolina Panthers used on defense. So you get Richard Sherman back there, help him out, be a really nice add to the secondary. Because Jeremy Chin was really good last year for him. He was really good last year. He up for Defensive Rookie of the Year. It obviously went to Chase Young, well-deserved, but he definitely could have made a case for it. Richard Sherman back there really helped lock down that secondary. Another guy, Von Miller, also 31 years old, a little bit older, veteran player. In 2019, 46 tackles, 8 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. But in this year, again, tore his Achilles right before the year. It was just bad. Got some off the field trouble, and now reports are going out saying you don't need him. The Broncos are trying to either release him or trade him or whatever. Just looking like Von Miller would not be on the Denver Broncos next year. So, who needs edge help? Lots of teams need edge help. I think the best fit is the Raiders. Okay, they were 8-8 last year, and that defense was bad. They were primed to make a playoff spot for the past 2 years, and then their defense choked. A lot of things just went wrong for the Raiders. You get edge help, Max Crosby, create mismatch blocks. It's going to have the J.J. Watt effect, on that D-line. You're going to obviously focus all his attention on him, so you have a better, a better edge rusher, a good edge rusher off the other edge. Give Max Crosby more time. That's why I'm with Preston Smith. They were so worried about Zadarius Smith. Preston Smith just came off the edge and blitzed them. So I think you help out Max Crosby by getting Von Miller. The Chiefs, always in need of edge row. The defense really didn't do anything to Tom Brady. They got a couple sacks. They had an interception taken away by a penalty. But yeah, just a lot of... Tom Brady, again, looked very comfortable. I get their offensive line was great last year. Tristan Wirfs played like an all-pro. He was phenomenal in his rookie year. So yeah, edge help for the Chiefs would help. The Buccaneers also need edge help. Losing Shaq Barrett, you can get an older guy in Von Miller. The downside of both these players are their ages, of course. And, you just takes that away. Because Shaq Barrett and Von Miller are both very good edge rushers, okay? Von Miller is still very good. Sure, we didn't see him play this year because of the injury. But 8 sacks, and that was getting double teamed half the time, okay? So, you get Von Miller for cheaper than Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett is going to get paid. It solves your edge rusher problem for a little bit. Buffalo, you also need an edge rusher, okay? Matt Milano is testing for agency, so that means you need a linebacker now and an edge rusher. Von Miller, probably do both. He can come off the edge, create mismatch blocks for Ed Oliver right in the middle there. I think that'd be a really good fit for Buffalo, who's ready to win now. Pittsburgh Steelers. You have TJ Watt. You could be losing Bud Dupree, though. So get Von Miller in there. Who are you going to block? TJ Watt or Von Miller? Either way, both those guys are going to beat you one-on-one. And the Minnesota Vikings. Their defense was very bad last year. Their offense was good, okay? Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, and Kirk Cousins were all having some sort of insane connection, and that offense was fine. That defense, though, was bad. We saw it on Christmas. They get about 50-plus to the New Orleans Saints, and Alvin Kamara ran all over him, 6 touchdowns, tying the single-game record. What a great day for Alvin Kamara. Really cool custom cleats on Christmas Day. Fun game to watch for Saints fans and people who hate the Vikings like myself. But you need some sort of edge help, man. You got to get something. Von Miller can help you in the run game, and he can help you in the pass rush. I just still think it's crazy that Richard Sherman and Von Miller are leaving those teams again. Of course, Richard Sherman came from Seattle. Von Miller from Denver his whole life. Now reports are out there. Damian Lillard, my favorite basketball player, tweeted out, I just know the Raiders better go out and get Von Miller. I think the Raiders are a perfect fit for them. My favorite fit for Richard Sherman is a Jet. Let me know what you guys think about these two potentially big stars hitting the market. I think it's guaranteed Richard Sherman's hitting the market. We don't know yet about Von Miller. These are just rumors and reports. But nonetheless, it still could happen. So let me know what you guys think about these two in the comments below. And of course, thank you for listening.